Hi-ho everyone, and welcome back to the adventures of Turwinkle, the gnome mage. Well, hi Turwinkle.
Salutations.
Everything going well this evening?
Sure.
Great. Well, we are at another event this evening, and this was put on by the Peaceful Chaos Guild, and there's actually another guild with them as well tonight, and that is the Nongmin of SheGu. And I think we've run into that guild before, because that name sounds really familiar. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to go ahead and not get run over by a guard. Excuse me, sir, I was standing here. Yeesh. But we're going to go ahead and join in at the event. So let's head on over, shall we? It's not too far either. It's just right here. And we are actually outside the Slaughtered Lamb. Nice name for an inn. And so we'll go ahead and sneak in here. And let's find a seat here. We'll just take a seat right here, and we'll join in. Sit down here. All right, and we'll be back. All right, we're back. And as you can see here, there's not a huge crowd here, but it is open to anybody who wants to come and tell a story. And so that's what they're doing. Everybody's gathered here, and there's people on the left and on the right. And the person in the middle there is telling a story. And again, you don't have to be an elite RP or someone that's RP'd for years. If you've got a good story to tell, you could come down here and just tell your story. And so what Mortykill has said here is there once lived a great warrior by the name of Talamir. In his youth, he was known as a brute. Barbarian sword of hire, blood for gold excited him. But now, older, 20 years passed since those days, and Talamor had a lovely wife and 2 kids. His wife, Reyna, and the kids, boy and girl, Talamar the second and Rose. So, you know, maybe not the upper level of RP as far as the punctuation's going, but he's getting his story across, and he's really trying. And you've got to give it to him. He's got a good story here. And so, again, if it's something that you would like to try, you don't have to be the best at it. And he's certainly not the worst. And so he's doing a really well job. And like I said, he's up here. He's interacting. And that's really what counts here on an RP server is getting in there and giving it a shot. So he's continuing with the story. And Talamor, since his retirement, chopped wood at a local mill to make some change for his family that now lived off the land in a lovely townhouse outside of Goldshire. So, you know, he's got a storyline that he's going with, and I'm interested to hear the rest of the story. So I'm going to listen to that, and we'll get back to you folks. Alrighty, well, Mordecai's still going. It's quite a long story. And again, kudos to Mordecai. He's new to RP, as you can tell by his spelling and maybe some of his punctuation there. But, you know, we've all started there. We've all started at the beginning of our RP experience. And the more that he gains experience in it, just like anything, the better he'll get. And he'll learn to get emotes and things like that. So, kudos to Mordecai, and a great story. So thank you, Mordecai. And we'll be back. All right, Mordecai is finished, and now it's Daikum's turn to tell a story. And that's what this event is. It's a kind of a storytelling event where you get up and you just tell a story that you want to tell. And it can be about anything, really, as you could see with Mordecai's story. And so if you have an idea for a story or just something maybe you're writing or whatnot, you're able to deliver it in an RP setting. When we're done with the stories here, we're going to interview Shay here, or Shay Su Ling. Her nickname is Shay, and she's the matriarch of the Nongmin of the SheGu guild, and we're going to find out what that guild's all about. So stay tuned, and we'll see what that RP guild's all about. And we'll see you when we get there. Alright, well the event is still going, and as you can see it's been about an hour now. And so what you'll find in these types of events is that there's really no time limit on them. So sometimes they do take a bit of time to the bells. The bells! So sometimes they do take longer, sometimes they're shorter. So if you come to one of these events, you need to make sure that you're able to give the time that they require. And sometimes, again, that varies. So where some events are more structured, these are a little looser. And so keep that in mind when you come to something like this, that depending on who's running it, it could, again, it could be a short amount of time or it could be a longer event. It just depends, really. So we'll be back. We'll see how much longer we're going to go here. All right, we're going to give our shot at telling a story here. And so let us start off with a nice emote here. Let's see here. Turwinkle smiles brightly and waves his hands before him. Now, close your eyes, everyone. He waits for them to do so. Okay, it looks like they all closed their eyes. So let's say no peeking. All right. So we're going to use a little emotes and a little typing here. And I'll get back with you folks when we're all done. It'll be a fun story. I'll fill you folks in when we're all finished. All right, well, we told our bear butt story about gathering bear butts for sausages, and then we were attacked by the giant kobold. Turwinkle made quite a show of it, and he had a good time up there. So again, RPing is just so much fun, and you can do so much with it. And so I hope you folks out there, if you get a chance, give it a shot. You might like it. This is obviously going to go on for a while, so we're going to leave it here, and then when we get done, I will get back with Shay Su Ling, and we'll talk a little bit about her guild. So we will see you folks when we get to that point. Bye-bye. Shay is still telling her story, which is a fantastic story, a Pandaren tale of an old panda and a serpent. She has said that this is kind of the story of her guild, and it is a great story. And I can only assume that she's used macros to tell this story. Now, what macros are something where you can pre-write something and set up a button so that when you press that button, it'll automatically post what you've pre-written. And you can set up macros to do this very thing, where if you had a very long story that you knew you were going to have to tell, or a speech that you're going to have to RP, you could pre-write it down and then just hit the buttons as you go along to have it post, so people aren't waiting on you to type it out. And it's just a fantastic story, and we are all enjoying it very much so. She has everybody here really interested in this story, and she's done a fantastic job, not only with the spelling, but with the emotes and the RP. So I'm going to get back to it and enjoy the rest of the tell, and we will get back with you folks as soon as she's done. All right, well, we have the Nongmin of SheGu here before us today. So let's go ahead and see who we've got here. We have got Handington Striker. He's the Master of Arms. Nickname is Blade, and he's a level 42 Paladin. He's part of the guild. We've got Sophia Rosa Blackfire. Her nickname is Sophie, and she is an ambassador of the guild, and she's currently trained to fight Sylvanas. And next is Shay Suling, and nicknamed Shay. She's the matriarch, I assume the guild leader of the guild, and currently hopeful. And lastly, we've got Adara, Shield Maiden Bodyguard. Her nickname is Shay Shuling's personal Shield Maiden Bodyguard. That's quite a nickname. She's also an ambassador of the guild as well. She's happy but bored. Someone play with me. All right, so there we go. That's who we've got here. And let's go ahead and start asking some questions and find out what they're all about. All right, we've asked a few questions, so let's see what we've got so far. So I asked, so how long have you folks been a guild now? What level is your guild as well? And Shay says, we've been a guild for going on about 3 weeks now. We are level 5 currently. Oh, nice. How many members do you have? At present, we have 25 members. Wow, that's pretty good for a new guild. Obviously, you folks RP. Is that the main focus of your guild? Adara says, yes, it is, and to have fun as well. And Shay says, yes, roleplay is the core of our guild, and we try to RP as often as we can. We also have a subdivision of members who like to do raids as well. You could say we are an RP raid guild, but our heart rests in RP. And I said, I see. So let's ask a few more questions, and we'll be right back. All right, so I ask, so how do you folks find the RP on the Wormrest Accord? Do you think it's growing, or do you see a decline? And Adara says, I think it's growing. Shay says, that is an interesting, good question. And Haddington says, I think it's growing. Shay says, I think it all has to do with the guild and the members who contribute. I know that many guilds fall short of creativity and imagination, and in a very short time die out. Then there are guilds like us who are passionate about RP and do what we can to always make it fun and interesting and challenging. Come on now, let's see here. There we go. I'm very careful who I recruit. I look for the same chemistry that will make our guild work. Adira says, we are family for sure. So that was my next question, actually. So how do you recruit? IC interview, which is an in-character interview, applications. Shay says, we live up to what we advertise, and although still a very young guild, thus far it is really doing well. Here's an example of one of our advertisements. Movie narrator voice in a world filled with mystery, creature and battle sounds. In a time long forgotten, eerie ruins panorama. An RP guild searches for new members. Nongmin of SheGu. Please send tail for our invite, which is just a really great way to advertise, and they did a really good job on their guild advertisement. And that's what I said. That's very creative, I must say. Kudos. So yeah, that is a great advertisement. So let's see, go another round of questions, and then we will let these poor folks go. All right, as you can see, a lot of the members have left due to thunderstorms in their area, so their internet is kind of wonky. But we did ask a few questions before they were able to, before they were taken away, and Shay is still here. So I asked, so if someone wants to join you folks, who do you contact? Darrett said, any one of us. We also have an awesome website too. Shay says they can contact any one of the members of the guild. Our website has a section that describes our process of interviewing and officer promotions. Once a member is contacted, they in turn will notify me or my arch mogul, co-GM, and then an interview is arranged with the officers present to field questions. It looks like she was able to pop back in, as was he. I said, here we go. I said, great. I was just going to ask about that, about them having a website if they had one. And I asked, what is the address of their website? And it's www.serpentdrums.com. And I said, is that what your guild name stands for? Nongmin of the SheGu means peasant of the serpent drums, yes. I said, well, fantastic. You guys are great. Any parting words before I let you folks go? Something people should know about the Nongmin of SheGu. And she says, the peasants of the serpent drum may not stand tall as peasants, but we stand nonetheless, and with honor and courage to face even death. For it has been shown that true chi, our inner strength, comes from within, from the beating of our own drum, our heart. To this end we are formidable. I said, well said indeed, and it was well said. So again, if you folks are interested, contact any one of these guys here on the Worm Rest Accord server. They've got a great storyline and really excellent role players. If it seems to be something that you are interested in, again, contact these folks or look them up on their website. It seems they have more information there to give. So I guess with that, we will let these poor folks go. So we'll give them a nice bow. And we will let them go on their way. So we will see you folks back in the wetlands. All right, Turwinkle. Well, we made it back to the wetlands. I know it was a quick evening tonight, but what a great guild. The Guild of Nongmin of the SheGu, or Peasants of the Serpent Drum. The great guild. So if you folks are looking for another fun RP guild, you couldn't go wrong with that one. Those guys are have a really good background story to their guild, and they are growing. So get in now while you can and help them grow to be an even better and bigger guild. So look them up at their website as indicated in the episode. So Turwinkle, you did a great job with your story tonight.
Allow me to express my deepest thanks.
All right, well, it was a really good story about the bear butts, and you'd really wowed them, I must say. So good job tonight. All right, if you folks liked the episode, please click like. If you'd like to comment, please do so below, whether you like the episode or not. We listen to all the comments. And join Team Turwinkle. Click that subscribe button and become part of the team. So Turwinkle, excellent job tonight, and I guess we will see you later.
I'll miss you.
We'll miss you too, Turwinkle. Bye-bye.